Oh, stab me in the heart, why don't you?
A great many of the helping hands that delivered the adamantite are still here in Charleon. I, for one, couldn't be happier. Between the aether burner to be refurbished, supplies to be transported, and meals to be prepared, we need all the assistance we can get. Even Lord Emmanuel has been doing his part, albeit at a snail's pace. Still, it's the thought that counts. But a bit more effort wouldn't go amiss. Sorty, I trust you have had a good rest. An envoy of Master Fortuneau arrived not long ago with the message. The Loperites have determined Meteon's location. We've been asked to gather at the rostra. I'll meet you there, along with the others.
That's really freaking cute. I fear our recent travails within Labyrinthos and the ethereal sea have taken their toll on my mind. For last night I received a visitor in my dreams. Oh, Moonbreeder! Oh, a vision not of the woman she was, nay, but the woman she would have become. Since the final days first manifested, we've been tested as never before, even more so in your case. Nevertheless, our work is far from over. We cannot afford to falter now, not when the end is in sight. How did you sleep? Well, I should hope. It's likely the last opportunity we will have to take a proper rest for quite some time. I probably could have done with a few more winks myself. Oh no! Raha! The thought of what's to come was keeping me awake, you see. So I thought to do a bit of research, hoping I might eventually feel weary enough to doze off. You didn't sleep, did you? Before I realized it was already morning. No need to scold me, I already regret it. And will probably only feel that regret more keenly as the day wears on. Hydaelyn, the heart of this star, is gone. And yet, on the morrow, the sun will rise, and life will go on. When I look upon Charleon and its idyllic surrounds, there are moments when her absence feels unreal. As are the final days, would that it were so. Gods, I can hardly believe the Loperites managed to find Meteon out there, hidden among the stars. The sheer distances involved are mind-boggling. What took you so long? We have much to discuss and scant time to do it. Before coming, I thought to inquire after our comrades abroad. It seems that the effects of the final days have been observed further and further north of Garlemald. For a blessing, those regions are largely uninhabited. But in any event, we mustn't misinterpret this as a geographical spread. There's no telling where in the world the phenomenon will strike next, unfortunately. While the Forum is not here in its entirety to brood and glare at us, Master Barnier's presence alone is enough to put me on edge. If you would know the reason for this assembly, you'd better ask Master Levalier. Everyone appears to be present and accounted for. Good. As you know, the Loperites have deduced the whereabouts of Meteon by means of a crystal bequeathed to us by Hydaelyn herself. Your quarry's location is a place far beyond the moon, in the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars at the edge of creation. A veritable Ultima Thule. Ultima? Indeed. How then are we to reach it? An excellent question. Lucky for you, I've an equally excellent answer. In theory, with its advanced propulsion systems, the moon is capable of delivering you to Ultima Thule, but the myriad other facilities housed within would greatly impede travel through the Sea of Stars. Even the Mother Crystal may not possess aether enough to bear so massive a vessel to our destination and back. However, if we integrate our Hyper Hopper into your ether burner... Hyper Hopper? We should be able to fire things up and jump our way to the end of the universe in no time. Father, does this mean... Bear in mind this decision was not made solely at my discretion, but with the consent of the Forum. Hearing the Loperites' proposal, the Forum was faced with a grave decision. To commit the Ark to this endeavor would mean abandoning both our plans to evacuate to the moon and to resettle on another star. Needless to say, the proposition invited fierce debate. In the end, however, the Forum was swayed by the simple fact that Hydaelyn believed you possessed of the strength needed to overcome this crisis. The Great Exodus was, after all, a plan of Hydaelyn's own making. Therefore, if in the 11th hour she would proffer another means by which we may seek salvation, we would be fools to dismiss it out of hand. True. Indeed, she sacrificed everything, her very existence, to avert the destruction of this star. That is why we have chosen to place our faith in Hydaelyn, in you. The Ark will be made ready for your voyage to Ultima Thule. Hey.
What of all the people that have labored so tirelessly to prepare for the evacuation? They must be furious.
I would not be so sure. They have not forgotten your deeds on the Magna Glacia. Nor did your instrumental role in orchestrating the delivery of adamantite go unnoticed. No, the people do not protest. Quite the contrary. They have expressed unwavering support for you and your mission. Hey! Are the Loperites too willing to abandon the Exodus?
Were you not listening when we said we were bored of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris and its people? If it means your survival, we'll do anything to help.
Aww.
And you'll most certainly have need of our expertise. When you're going, there's no guarantee Ultima Thule is a place that supports life. An otherwise vexing problem our know-how can remedy. Besides, Hydaelyn chose us to lead the way to Meteon. Why else would she give you a crystal only we can decipher?
Oh, that's true.
But more importantly, we were perfectly content to evacuate Aetheris until you brought us here, Urianger, and now we're enamored with the place, so what choice do we have but to save it?
Aww. Of course, none of this is possible without you and the Scion, so I must ask, are you certain you wish to do this? You couldn't stop us if you tried. We'll avert the final days, whatever it takes. Well, we've come this far. You couldn't stop us if you tried. Very well, we shall inform the Forum of your decision and begin preparations to bolster the Ark with the, Hyper Hopper. Cute. The Loperites will coordinate with the Ilsabard contingent to have the necessary components transported via the Tower of Babel. Of course, it will take time until the work is complete. For now, pray take your ease. 'Twould seem there is naught to do but rest and prepare. Shall we? There is much to be done before the Ark can be made ready for your voyage. Would that I could be afforded time to speak with Alphino and Alcé, alas. I can but pray they find a moment of quiet calm for the journey to come. As you can imagine, not all Forum members are willing to endorse this plan. Though no fault of yours, of course. Given what is at stake, it is only natural that opinions are divided. That said, the final decision was reached with an overwhelming majority, much to my surprise.
No need to worry about lending a hand with the Hyper Hopper. We already have more than enough help. So go and relax while you still can.
Oh, who are we relaxing with? They bid us rest, but I'd much rather find something productive to do. I suppose now is a good time as any to hone my lance. Not that I've ever found it to be dull, still it eases my mind on the eve of battle. The Forum hath placed the fate of mankind in our hands. We must not betray their faith. Perhaps now I can finish that book I was reading. What? Oh, pay me no mind. I'm sure you have better things to do with the time afforded to us. A rare opportunity to rest. I say we make the most of it. I should very much like to speak with the Loperites once their work is complete. 'Tis plain Hydaelyn has entrusted them with a great deal of knowledge, and I suspect there is more they could teach us. In all honesty, I didn't think the Forum would approve of this measure, and certainly not by such a large margin. I dare say, though, that Master Fortuno's impassioned recounting of your audience with Hydaelyn helped sway the vote. He has a way with words, after all. Where did you think Alphino got it from? I wasn't expecting to have time on our hands. What should we do? Do we get time to hang out with the Scions? Before disaster? Or we depart, we must leave nothing undone. Quite, though it is difficult to conceive of how one can best prepare to brave a domain where Dynamis governs all. I can't even imagine how that looks. Other than, like, super desolate. Like, like typical last area final boss worlds. Nevertheless, Hydaelyn deemed us worthy of the trials that await. For lack of any other feasible options at this late stage, let us trust in her judgment and face Meteon as we are. Which leaves the not-so-small task of coordinating our efforts here to you and Tataru. If all goes to plan, we'll be back before you know it. I certainly hope so. We will be praying for your safe return. Mayhap it will affect the Dynamis for the better. With that settled, we should get some rest and make the most of the time we've been afforded. Oh my gosh! That was actually a good picture and I missed it.
The meeting is over, is it? You were in there for so long I started to worry. What did they have to say?
Aww.
The edge of creation. I see.
Aww. Tataru.
Rest assured, everything will remain in order until you return. And you will return. Actually, Zordia, could I borrow you for a moment?
Looks like your plans for the interim are decided. When the two of you have finished, meet us back at Baldessian Annex, alright?
Come with me to the Agora. I have something to show you. Welcome, Zordia, to Tataru Taru's boutique.
She has a boutique?
I've always done my best to provide the Scions with fashionable attire. But in your case, specifically, I made an extra effort to strive for the most functional yet stylish clothing one could ask for. Not that I am playing favorites, but you are the warrior of light. Faced with this unprecedented crisis, I knew you would need an ensemble unlike anything I've created before, and that I wouldn't be able to do it alone. And so after enlisting the aid of the world's finest artisans, I finally completed my career-defining masterpiece. But then inspiration struck and I saw a golden opportunity just begging to be seized. With the help of some Thavnarian refugees, I decided to set up shop here in Charleon. Of course, I would never charge you for any of our works. Perish the thought.
Really? Perish the thought?
Varsarud, how are things coming along? Everything is in order, Mr. Satoru. We'll be ready to open shortly. Which is why I brought you here, to be our very first patron. Would you mind waiting here a moment longer?
Are you gonna see everyone? Oh, I did not expect to find you here.
Oh!
Varshan! Vritra!
I imagine Nidhana would also wish to offer her regards. Alas, after delivering our dragon scales to the engineers, she remained to assist with their work on the Aether Burner. This simulacrum, too, will stay in Charleon while I oversee matters in Radzatan. It is a rather convenient means to keep abreast of developments pertaining to the final days or anything else. It also allows me, after a fashion, to watch over my people in the distant land.
Aww.
Varshan, I was hoping you'd stop by. I can't thank you enough for allowing your artisans to work with me here in the boutique. Please, it is not I who should be thanking you. This establishment has restored a sense of normalcy to their lives. You have blessed them with newfound purpose, and a means by which to support themselves in these troubled times. What's more, when they at last return home to Radzatan, the experience and knowledge they have gained in your employ will no doubt prove a boon to the artistry and commerce of our land.
Keep being awesome, Blade. Keep being awesome.
In fact, I came here to see how your new employees are settling in, and to express my gratitude for granting them this opportunity. It is an opportunity for me as well, believe you me. Your artisans have taught me so much about Thavnarian craftsmanship. Their resourcefulness and ingenuity are nothing short of inspiring. I can't wait to see what kind of wonders we come up with.
Happy for Tataru. She's getting some time to shine.
I pray you every success in your endeavors, Mistress Tataru. Before coming here, I heard word of the Forum's decision, of what will soon be attempted. It was only then that I finally understood why my father called the star the last bastion of hope.
Because we're literally the last bastion of hope. We're literally the last bastion of hope.
Indeed, it was the last bastion, for the flame of every other star he encountered had likely been extinguished. In the boundless dark, the light of brimming life must have been blinding in its splendor. You journey unto the heavens.
Theo! Why? Thank you for the 100 biddies.
Level 3. Sounds like a good idea. TWNEZ.
I swear.
You journey unto the heavens to protect that light. May the scales of my kin serve you well. I have faith you will prevail and restore peace and tranquility to this star.
Would that Ahawan were alive to see it. Oh, I should like to visit Radzatan again when this is all over. I worry your faith in me may be misplaced. We'll talk about Ahawan.
I will not see this sacrifice squandered, nor shall I rest until Radzatan is returned to its former glory. Forgive me, but I must take my leave. Fare you well, and remember, the people of this star have not yet given up hope, and neither must you.
Alright, Varshan. Where must I go to get a meal with some flavor in this wasteland of taste? Sicard? Oh, Emmanueline! Of course. Of course. Why did my brain go to Sicard? Of course it would be Emmanueline.
Zordia, old girl! My, whatever are you doing here? A new boutique, you say? I'd been meaning to expand my wardrobe, yes. Something with a little more flair, perhaps, befitting a man of my station. Though I have nowhere to flaunt, said Raymond. So long as my confinement continues indefinitely, I, the young Lord Forto, insist that, so long as there is work to be done, no matter how trivial, I must abide here in Charleon. Thus do I toil, though every fiber of my being rails against it. Why, I have even suffered the company of that brute Sicard to see supplies transported in a timely fashion. Yet he was the one granted leave this morning to participate in some supposed covert operation. So I suffer instead for his otherwise welcome absence. Now burdened with extra busy work, without Honoroy here, there is no one to prepare my meals.
I mean, you could go to the stand. Last stand.
I came here in the hopes of finding a nice cafe, perhaps. Alas, the Charleon delicacies I've sampled were lacking in every respect.
Rude, but the last stand's supposed to be really good. If you tried Orkan Loaf, you can find it in all the shops. If a hearty meal is what you're after, I see just the last stand.
The cafe over on the pier. The cuisine didn't appear all that appetizing, but if you vouch for their cooking, then perhaps we'll give it a try. Thank you for this suggestion, and ta-ta for now, old girl.
Stop calling me old girl. I'm not your old girl. Stop it.
Well, well, is that Zordia and Tataru I spy?
Who dis? Of course it's you. It's Hancock. Why don't you go hang out with Dickon?
Hancock? What are you still doing here? You said you were returning immediately after dropping off your cargo. Yes, that was my original plan. After all, any expertise required aside from the delivery of goods is well beyond my purview. But what manner of entrepreneur would slander an opportunity to study the markets of the Northern Sea? Worry not, I shall return straightaway to Kugane once I have finished. Of course you will find a way to turn this crisis to your advantage. She wounds me, the industrious woman running a new boutique. I'm not blind to the travails of those who fight on the front lines to deliver us from ruin. Indeed, I have every confidence they will succeed, and I would make myself and my business ready for their return. If you believe in them so devoutly, then why not put your money where your mouth is? Fair enough, Tataru, fair enough. There is not more I can do to help ready the Ark and her heroes for their maiden voyage, but on your return I shall host a grand celebration in your honor at the Bokairo Inn. I'm going to the Bokairo Inn, Hancock. I swear, there is no banquet. I'm gonna slap you. Accommodations are quite costly, given the reputation of said establishment, but the East Aldenard Trading Company would be honored to foot the bill.
Appreciate the gesture, but no thanks. Will there be lemon cakes?
Oh, a woman of tart tastes, I see. Yes, there will be lemon cakes and much, much more. The finest delicacies the world and Lord Lolorito have to offer.
Oh boy. That's not sus at all.
But let us speak more of this upon your return, lest I draw even more of Tataru's ire. Until next we meet. Zordia decided to spend your time at the markets, did you?
Oh, yay! Pixie Wedge! It's been a while. And the music.
Tataru! Biggs, Wedge! I take it work on the Ark proceeds apace? Aye, it does indeed. Collaborating with the greatest minds of Charleon and Radzadhan has been a rewarding experience. And that's to say nothing of what we've learned from the Loporites. The Ark is unlike anything we've ever had the pleasure to work on. Even Nero was rendered speechless on more than one occasion.
Yo, I'd love to see Nero speechless.
And you'll never guess who paid us a visit before we came to Charleon. Alpha!
Well, I saw Alpha, at the docks. Wedge.
I think he sensed the coming danger and returned to check on us. He was always one to turn up in a time of need, and I suppose that's why he decided to join us here in Charleon. Good thing, too. I don't know how he does it, but he has a knack for brightening your day just by being there. 'Cause it's Alpha. Alpha is a beacon of hope. It's still hard to believe we have the means to send you off into the great expanse, though. It's the farthest known reaches of, well, everything.
I never thought I'd live to see such marvels, yet here I am. More often than not, you and the Scions are the catalyst that sparks the need for these great innovations. To think how much I'd have missed out on had I not been a member of the Ironworks. True.
An awful lot of work, to be fair, and the privilege of being worked like a cart chocobo.
Ha! There's that too. As busy as we've been, I wish there was more we could do for you, Zordia. But no matter what happens, we have to keep believing for a brighter future. That we do, my friend, that we do. And one filled with even more adventure.
When you head back, would you tell the engineers I'll be along shortly with refreshments?
That's very kind of you, Tataru. They'll be glad to hear of it. And on that note, Wedge and I should get going. Still a few more supplies together before we return. Say it. Oh, come on, Wedge!
Terribly sorry for the wait. Right this way, if you please. Right, I don't believe the two of you have been formally introduced. This is Varsarud from Palakistan.
Haven't we met before, is what I'd say.
Yes. It was you who helped us at Perusa. And again when crossing the ice fields, was it not? I doubt we exchanged little more than glances then, but it is kind of you to remember me.
Yeah, I recognize your fit.
Thanks to Mistress Tataru, I and many of my friends have found gainful employment in this foreign land. It is only natural to feel fear in the face of calamity. In such times we must look to one another for strength and succor. I know not whether we will come to call this place home or return to Thavner, but we are here today and are glad to have contributed to the cause.
Aww.
And contribute they did by helping to make your new garments as durable as possible. We put our hearts and souls into them, and I have every confidence they'll keep you safe in the battle to come. Gods, to think how far we've come since our humble beginnings at the Waking Sands.
True.
From the rising stones to the falling snows, and even a certain insufferable someone's ruby bazaar. We were always fortunate to find friends along the way. Even when you were swept away to the first, Grahatia was there to grant you sanctuary. I'll never forget the relief I felt when you all returned to us. I thought my heart would burst. Yours has been a long, long journey, and I've been privileged to watch. Often with bated breath, as you persevere time and again.
Why am I getting emotional over Tataru? Please, help. Send help. I'm emotionally not okay.
For all the joy we've shared, there's been much sorrow as well. I've long since learned you can't have one without the other.
True. That is the theme of this, for sure.
Which is why I promised to send you off to the Sea of Stars with a smile. And you can be certain I'll be the first one to welcome you back on your return.
Oh.
Don't forget to pick up your clothes from Varsarud before you leave. They were expertly tailored just for you. In addition to your new ensemble, we have raiments and weaponry for every need. So please, feel free to browse our stock.
Yo! Hey! Don't!
I realize you've still got lots to do before you depart, so I won't keep you any longer. I do hope you can find a moment for yourself, and that the others can as well. They said they were returning to the Baldesian Annex, though I doubt they stayed for long. If you decide to go looking for them, I'd suggest speaking with Kryle first. I'm sure they would have told her their plans. Be sure to stop by the boutique if you find yourself in need of more equipment.
Oh, I will for sure. Sorobon?
You too have found yourself idle, my friend. If you seek to occupy your time until the Ark is ready, you needn't to go far. Even the markets here in Charlian are filled with the most wondrous of sights. You're back. I take it you received your gift from Tataru? It was a surprise long in the making, and with many, many long hours of fretting to get everything just right. I'm glad to see it realized, and with great success. If you're looking for others, though, they've already taken their leave. Yashala, Thancred, and Ryanje have gone to the last stand for a bite to eat. Alice, Grahatia, meanwhile, thought their time would be better spent poring over books at Nomenon. I love how they bond over books. As for Alfino and Estinian, well, they've elected to pay a visit to the Levelure estate, though Estinian seems somewhat reluctant to go. I'm sure they would all be glad for your company if you've a mind to seek them out. Should you be feeling peckish, I'd suggest heading to the last stand before Yashala and the others finish eating. But above all else, it would be foolish to run headlong into battle a fatigued mess, so do remember to get a good night's sleep.
We're gonna go to the food stand first, because want to catch them before they finish their food, yeah? Huh? No, I'm not neglecting my duties. Honestly, I'm not allowed even a moment to myself. A genius needs time to reflect on his thoughts, you know. The art truly is a marvel, and I count myself fortunate having had the opportunity to help build it. Pity I did not come here sooner, or the things I could have done with the fruits of their research. Not that that is any of your business, mind you, though I suppose I could have found a way to apply that knowledge to further improvements to the Ark as well. Alpha and Omega! Wait!
Quick!
Alpha seems distracted by something off in the distant heavens. You cannot help but wonder if what he senses out in the sea of stars. Are you talking to Medion?
Bleep bloop.
Miniature model of Omega appears to be staring up into the sky, searching for something. Try as she might, Tataru has no chance of standing between you and a hearty meal. Don't worry, we saved some for you. Hey! Pete's, I see some I see a set, bruh. Why are you having just a salad? Oh, I see some eggs in there. It's like just a salad. Salad is usually my, of course you're having dessert already. Hast thou perchance had opportunity to partake of rainbow pudding? Owing to its striking flavor and somewhat garish appearance, 'tis quite popular. Indeed, so popular that the last stand stock hath been entirely exhausted. I should hope, at the very least, Puddingway did sup upon this most delectable of desserts. Zordia, come to make our trio a quartet, have you? Please have a seat. We'll see about getting you a drink.
あなた、タタルの要件は済んだの?
Yashala having some wine?
嬉しいサプライズじゃない。彼女、本当にいい子ね。
タタルの言う通り、改めて振り返ってみると、波乱万丈もいいところだな。
Oh, is this where we look back on all we've accomplished? In a happy light?
ルイゾア様に導かれて活動を始めて、第7零祭を経て、暁の決命ができて、多くのことを経験してきたけれど、知るべきことはむしろ増え続けている気がするわ。
同感です。この町で学んでいた時には真理を手にした気がしていた。けれどそれは物事のほんの一角でしかありませんでした。新たな人や物に出会うたび、多くを教えられた。敵として対峙した者たちでさえ、この目を開かせてきました。
そして、間もなく私たちは天の果てへ。
That is my question. I'm
何が起こるかわからないものね。
Curious as to what it looks like.
終焉を歌う者たちが救うウルティマ・トゥーレか。正直どんな場所だか想像すらつかないが、必ず守るさ。暁の決命を。ミンフィリアに誓ってな。
Oh, yeah, we do. We have nothing left to prove, not to re-Norman Philia. We'll get through this together. Just make sure you bring enough ammunition. It's not the answer I would have liked, but it seems appropriate.
驚くような発言でしたか？
いや、ただ変わったなと思っただけだ。そんな風に言う自分も、素直に頼ってくれる周りもな。
True.
私たちはそれだけ歩いてきたし、まだ進んでいく。 世界だって続いていく。そう信じましょう。その場合、戻ってきた後の身の振り方は考える必要があるかもしれないわね。
まあそうだな。蛮神問題は解決の糸口をつかんでる。アシエンについてもしかりだ。人々は国や種族の垣根を越えておぼつかないながらも自分たちで世界を回し始めた。
Agreed.
そう。暁が主として扱っていた問題はどれも長年の膠着状態を脱しているのよ。
Nothing like a common foe to unite a people.
だとしたら私たちはいつまでも救済のシンボルであるべきではない。
Oh, are they all retiring? Is that what this, that's what it sounds like.
今回あれだけの協力者を集めることができたからこそね。
New warriors of light? New scions?
先のことなんて考えてもなかったが、そうだな。
Aww.
仮に暁が役目を終えて亡くなったとしても、俺のやることは大して変わらないだろう。
We'd still be doing the same stuff, for sure.
世界を巡って必要があれば手を貸す。それだけだ。
いいですね。私もまだ種々の織りなす世界を見ていきたい。
Oh? Are they gonna travel
よけれ
together?
ばお供させてください。
Oh yeah.
隠密活動に際しての変装などもなかなか板についてきたと思いますので。
Aw.
お前はとりあえず何を着ても妙に怪しくなるのをどうにかしてくれ。ヤシ
Aw.
トラはどうなんだ？
I like how Ryaji's like, I wanna come with.
そうね。私も変わらず調べ物に飛び回るでしょうけど、まずはハイデリン亡き後の共存世界のあり方や
Yeah.
それらを隔てる壁の越え方からかしら。困った時には呼びなさいと言ったのだから。
Aww. Banker's like, what?
危
Aww.
険な調査に赴く時はあなたたちに護衛を依頼するわ。引き受けてくれたらいつかは連れて行ってあげる。
Yeah. Visit Reen.
うんと素敵な大人に成長したリーンの姿を見にね。
勘弁してくれ。
あなたはいかがですか？暁が役目を終える時が来たとしたら。
Oh, I'm getting-
遅くなって
What?
悪いね。はい、追加の飲み物だよ。
Thank you.
と、それじゃあ改めて乾杯しておくか。
乾杯!
俺たちの勝利に。
共に歩んできた者たちに。
Why does this feel like the Last Supper sort of thing? I hate this.
そしてこの星の未来に。
Everything's so sus. This is too happy and too like... I don't... This makes me very worried. You can always count on your friends to help you maintain perspective. A pity mine take a perverse pleasure in it. I'd like to think I give as good as I get, though I'd fare better with the occasional assist from our consummate nodder. It's all in good fun. I wouldn't have it any other way. I say, Zordia, whence came this simulacrum that standeth beside thee? He's drunk! Oh no! I see falsely, but Yashtala and Thancred, but moments ago employed the same doubling magic. Alright then, keep thy secrets. Leaving so soon, I suppose it's for the best. If you'd rather not explore the bottom of a bottle with Orange, I dare say the others would welcome your company as well. If you can find them, that is. In any case, as long as you make the most of your time, then that is all that matters. Ooh! Hello, Estinian in normal clothes? What is this? It's also a different shirt than before. What? Surely this isn't the first time you've seen me without my armor. No, but blue looks good on you. It's also the same color that Emmerich wears. Just saying.
おや、
こんなところでどうしたんだい？
I wanted to check in on you guys.
そうか。私たちの様子を見に。家のことでまた何かあったのではないかと心配させてしまったかな。いや、すまない。本当に大した用事ではなかったんだ。
This made me very nervous about tomorrow's stream.
両親に宛てた手紙の中で何度かエスティニアンについて書いていてね。
Oh.
母が彼とも話をしてみたいと言うから機会を設けさせてもらったというわけさ。
He dressed up.
それも無事に終わったよ。
Oh, that's so cute. He dressed up and not armored to meet Alvino's mom. That's super cute.
助立ちに来るならもっと早くに来い。この屋敷で茶をしばくのは俺には荷が勝ちすぎた。どこぞの総長殿じゃないんだぞ。
This is on you. This is all
そう
you.
かい？堂々としているように見えたし、おかげで母もすごく楽しそうだったよ。
Aww. I love this.
せいぜいクガネの酒場くらいの場所なら悠々としてられたんだがな。
Oh, he doesn't like tea?
逃げようにもタタルを怒らせたくなきゃパトロンには従えと暁全員が口を揃えて言ってくる始末だ。まったくそんなところで団結してどうする。
気を使わせていたなら悪かった。
Aww.
これは私の身勝手だが、出発の前にやっておけばよかったと思うことを一つでも減らしておきたかったんだ。
Stop talking like that, Alphino. Stop talking like this. Mm-mm.
無論帰って来られないと考えているわけじゃない。ただなんというか
He doesn't want to leave loose ends. Understandable, but
週末を目の当たりにしたからだろうか。いつでもできるからと後回しにしたくなかったんだ。
that's true.
終わりは誰の近くにもあるとそう感じたから。
ま、構わんさ。他に用事があったわけでもなし、こんな上等な家に住んでいても親が子に言うことは存外一緒だなと懐かしくもなった。
Aww.
さて、いつまでも玄関先に突っ立ってないで行くぞ。
二人とも
Oh?
私はこの家を出てから多くの失敗をした。取り返しのつかない償えないような過ちも犯した。
Oh.
それでも再びこの場所に立った今、君たちが仲間として隣にいてくれる。
Oh. The snow is perfect for this scene.
ありがとう。これも後回しにせずに伝えておきたかったんだ。
Aww.
すまない。これはまだ言うべきじゃなかったかな。
Fastidian.
礼を言うのはこっちの方だ。お前たちがバカ正直に諦めなかったから俺は生きてニーズヘックの思いまで連れてこられた。
That's true.
感謝してる。
I love these characters too much. I suppose I ought to thank you both as well. You were never one to forsake a friend, Alphino. I suppose I ought to thank you both as well. For thanking each other, I should thank you all too.
誰かがくじけた時に別の誰かが手を差し伸べハイデリンの言っていた強さとはこういうことなのだろうね。だったら私たちは戦い抜けるさ。これまでもきっと次だって。
All that remains is to return to the annex and give my armor one last polish. I expect Alfredo has maintenance to carry out on those floating things of his too. A few of our comrades decided to remain a while in Charlian after making their deliveries. Did you happen to pass any on your way here?
Zordia, I've come to the studium in order to study the ways of pudding. Alas, my creations don't jiggle as they should just yet, but I persevere.
You're really reading about pudding? Graha! Get some sleep, boy. He's actually sleeping. Oh, and she's also falling. She's also, bruh. Try speaking with LSA, but she is fast asleep. These two need to, like, they're overdoing it. Sleepy Red duo, true. That would have been cute if we sat in the middle and then they were. That would be cute. That would have been super cute.
あら宇宙の探索に役立ちそうな知識や魔法がないか調べるって勇んで出かけていったんだけど寝ちゃったのね。無理もないわ。二人ともここのところずっと走り続けてたから、私はあなたを追う二人のさらに後ろからみんなを見ているけど、微笑ましくて羨ましくて時々心配欲張りかもしれないけどね。星が救われるだけじゃなく、あなたたちにも幸せでいてほしいの。たくさん笑って時々泣いて好きなものを食べたり、こうして穏やかに眠ったり。
I still really like the idea of it. I thought it would be really cute if Warrior of Light, your character, sat in between them, and then they sort of like had their heads on your shoulders. I think that would be really, really cute.
新しいことに胸をときめかせて、見慣れた街並みにはほっと胸をなで下ろす。そういうことをたくさん積み重ねていってほしい。時には仲間や大切な人と一緒にね。だから約束。この先どんな困難があっても幸せになることを決して諦めないでね。その気持ちは大きな戦いに臨んだ時、きっと最初に忘れられてしまう。でも最後には一番力をくれるものだと思うから、絶対の絶対に心に刻んでおいて。
あれ、あんたどうして。おはよう。
Good morning.
ってえ俺もしかして寝てたのか。
二人とも調べ物の途中でぐっすりだったわよ。
マジかよ。うわ
忘れること全部いいわね。全部よ。全部
忘れて欲しかったら次はちゃんとベッドで休むこと。それだって立派な戦いの準備なんだから。
I agree with Cryle. I agree with Cryle.
というか2人はなんでここに。何してたんだ。
私は大書院に本を返しに来たところよ。今を逃すとそれどころじゃなくなっちゃいそうだったから。
あんたは。
Wanted to check up on you. It's a secret. Just enjoy a little peace and quiet. Nothing in particular. It's a secret. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love them.
If nothing else, these two seem to be in good spirits. Still, I'll see them back to the annex for some proper rest, even if I have to drag them by the ears. Gods, I didn't realize I was so tired. One moment I was resting my eyes, and the next, I should go and get some air. Maybe a quick bout of training, but not sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Can she not talk like that, please? It's enough reading for one day, as we don't know how long we'll be away. I'd best return these books before we depart. And eat. I'm absolutely famished. What about you? I had food already. See, perhaps I'll stop at the last stand on my way back.
Welcome back, Zordia. Returned to catch a few winks before embarking on your mission, I presume. You'll be happy to know your chambers have been cleaned and fresh linens laid out. I pray you enjoy the sweetest dreams on this final night before the big day.
That night at the Royal Menagerie in Alamigo. Uh-oh. Xenos? Xenos can fly? In Reaper mode? He's going back to where he died? For a second there, I thought it was Thancred Ronji.
人に求めることがあるならば、己が楽しむのみならず。
Oh, so it really affected him. Oh, the words actually affected him.
ここで決着をつけたとき、俺はお前に何を求めた？
I'm curious as to
お
what
前
he'll...
は俺に何を求めていた？
I don't think that's the right question you should be asking, because we weren't really seeking anything in you, other than to stop you from doing what you were doing. And thus it dawns. The day of reckoning. Yo! It's here! It's here! Silence is deafening.
今日まで何度こうして集まったかしら。
It sounds so final. I don't like this.
あなたたちと顔を突き合わせて随分多くの問題に取り組んできた気がするわ。
砂の家で集まっていた時は表層の問題を解決するので精一杯だった。その先にある真の問題にはまだ手が届かずにな。
続く石の家では大いなる進展がありました。あの場でどれほどの喜ばしい報告と悲しき報告を聞き届けたことでしょう。
時には別の場所を拠点とすることもあったね。キャンプドラゴンヘッドの雪の家やイシュガルドのフォルタン伯爵邸。
Oh, interesting. He doesn't say it by name in English. Camp Dragonhead and Ishgard.
クガネにおけるウルダハ召喚のように、旅の先々で間を借りては次にすべきことを相談してきた。
クリスタリウムでは星見の間に集ってついに世界そのものが抱える問題に向き合うことになったんだ。
They've come so far.
そして今、この場所から最も大きな戦いに乗り出す哲学者議会から連絡があったわ。箱舟への跳躍航行装置の取り付けも含め、すべての準備が整ったそうよ。
Okay. We ready.
天の果て、ウルティマトゥーレを目指して乗船するのは、クルーを務めるレポリットたち、それから暁の血盟を代表する8名。作戦の目的は終末を引き起こしているもの。先行く星々の絶望を取り込んでしまったメーティオンを撃破することよ。哲学者議会は最後の意思確認をと。決行するのならばタウマ全員に来てほしいと言っているわ。
We have to do this. We have to do this. It must be done. Must needs be done.
私たちの意志は変わらないわ。
だとしたら私からの最後の言葉を送ります。必ず勝って。その定義はきっと人によって違っていると思う。終末を止めることかもしれないし、無事に帰還することかもしれない。もっと別の願いを胸に秘めている人だっているかもしれない。その全てを仲間として信じます。だからどうかそれぞれの描く勝利を掴んでください。私たち地上に残るみんなも勝利を信じて前を見据え続けます。
Aww. Believe in me that believes in you. We got this.
では行こうか。
Aw, Tataru.
私とクルルさんもお見送りには行きますが、暁の受付としてここで言わせていただきます。
Oh, I freaking love her.
皆さん、いってらっ
She can count on it.
I said, welcome to my world.